All right, so now we're going to turn it around. You get to ask me some questions.
Okay. So why did you get into biomedical engineering?
I got into biomedical engineering for kind of a similar reason to what you told me. I was an engineer undergrad and liked engineering. And then I also was interested in medicine in medical school. I worked on a first aid squad. And so for me, it was that same thing. It was right at the middle between the things I liked about engineering and the things I was interested in about medicine.
Have you ever created anything? Did you go into like industry? Did you do research? What did you kind of do with your degree after that?
Yep, I've done research all the way through. We have created some concepts for products. I study heart attacks, and so we made a patch that would help healing after a heart attack. And we got pretty far, but not all the way to market. It turns out getting your idea to market is not as easy as it sounds when you first start. So ours did really well in the early trials, and then it made it all the way to chronic large animal trials, which is the last step before you would think about a test in people. And it failed the chronic large animal trial, but it failed it for a reason that was really interesting scientifically. And so that opened up a whole new front of research for the lab. So I was a little sad that it failed because I would have loved to get something all the way out to market. But in the end, it was okay from a research perspective because it helped us learn a lot of things about the heart that we wouldn't have learned otherwise.
Yeah, that does sound really interesting. That's something I'm hopefully trying to get into. I think the research and aspect of it is really cool. Okay, so where'd you do your undergrad at and then get your PhD from?
Yep, I did undergrad at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. And then my grad school was a combined MD PhD program. So I did med school and a PhD, and that was at University of California, San Diego.
Oh, okay. So out of the two, like what was your favorite college to attend? John Hopkins or San Diego?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Hopkins was a really fun place from an academic point of view. It was challenging, but also supportive at the same time. I had friends. There was one year where there were several of us that were in all the same classes. They were all really hard. It was junior year. And so we basically had this table at the library where we more or less just lived at the library together. So I liked that it was challenging, but I also liked that everyone worked together and it was really supportive environment. So from the student perspective, from the school perspective, maybe Hopkins would be my favorite. From the lifestyle perspective, though, living in San Diego is pretty nice. So it was fun getting to spend some time in San Diego. When I was in the med school part, we obviously had to study a lot, memorize a lot of stuff for tests. I found this picnic table at the beach. And for an entire year, I studied for all my med school tests at the beach. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah. So are you from the Baltimore area?
No, I grew up in Southern Indiana. So I grew up 6 hours north of here on Interstate 65, about halfway between Indianapolis and Louisville.
Okay.